What's going on, everybody? My name is Captain Crush. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. I cover PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive Fantasy, usually all the fantasy sports sites, DraftKings included. But today's a special day. We don't have any NBA. We only have WNBA and MLB. PGA is already teeing off. It's the Charles Schwab. It's already tilting me. So that being said, I will cover the WNBA on this video today. If you're interested in that, stick around and maybe I earn your subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so here we are on PrizePicks. Normally I would cover the fantasy scores, and I will cover some fantasy scores, but this is WNBA, and this is a full disclosure and a disclaimer right here, right now. There's very limited data point on all this stuff right now. Go ahead and type in WNBA analytics in a Google search and tell me what you come up with. There's nothing. I searched high and low to see if maybe there was another model out there that I was missing that has more data points, and they don't. It's all just rough guesstimations based off last season, which the captain thinks is garbage. So that being said, I had to go over to Bet365 and I had to look at their little abysmal list of player props and try to choose something that was worth valuable to put on this YouTube, which is why this video is delayed. I don't force content just for the sake of having content. If I'm not putting my own coin on it, it ain't going on the tube. You dig? And if you hate me for it, you hate me for it. But hopefully down the line, I can gain your respect. This summer is going to be brutal. It's going to be MLB, PGA, and WNBA. The trifecta of pain right there. Let me tell you, WNBA, once it gets rolling, it's profitable. But until we get daily games and we can see rotations and minutes played, this is all literally just chucking dice at the end of the table and praying it rolls snake eyes and we got it going in our favor. Okay? So if you think otherwise, you're wrong. Let's get into it. All right, Lloyd. I had her last time. I mentioned her. She's played a game. I like her 21.5 real points and her 31.5 fantasy score. I'm kind of conflicted on which one I'll be taking in like a main slip, quote unquote, but I already have some shares of her fantasy score and her point. Now I'm going to go over to Bet365 and show you guys where we can get a limited ability of looking at the odds, okay? Lloyd, Seattle Storm, 21.5 points is minus 115 on the over. It's also minus 115 on the under. Now, why is that? Because Vegas doesn't even know how to do these odds yet because there just isn't enough out there, guys. I'm not just making this up. I'm not pulling it out of thin air. If someone's telling you I'm a WNBA guru and I know what everything's going to do, when Vegas doesn't know, guess what? They're full of cap. I will say this. There is two prop lines on here. Natasha Howard and where's the other one? And Enrique. Natasha Howard and Enrique Ogambuale. These two, minus 130 and minus 25. Vegas kind of has a clear idea there. They're a little bit better players, so they can kind of go ahead and go by that. So, and that being said, I will cover Natasha Howard and Enrique. And then up here, Courtney Williams, 10.5 over is being favored, minus 120. But guess what? I'm going the other way. So I'm going to go back over to PrizePicks, and I'm going to tell you right now, you can take more on both of these. And then for Enrique, you can take more on her points or her fantasy score. For me, I'm probably just going to stick to the points, hope the game stays close. And then Natasha Howard, more 17.5 points. This is the best value Vegas line we can get. As I showed you, it's minus 130 over here, I believe. It's minus 130, so I'm going to go there. And then her fantasy score as well, I like it more. All right, so I'm over here on the WNBA statistic website. You can see she's only played one game. She played 34 minutes. She had 20 points. She had 21 field goal attempts, okay? And she only shot 33%. That's absolutely insane. But she did get a lot of rebounds. She did get 3 steals and 2 blocks. I mean, that's fantasy score goodness. But when you're telling me she had 21 field goal attempts and only made 7 in 34 minutes and her prop line is 17.5, guess who's taking more? The captain is. Like I said, it's minus 130, so I will take it. And guess what? I'm already got my tissues ready. I'm prepared to cry. I've lost the last 2 NBA games more than I have all season long. So guess what? I'm ready to add some tears into the bucket. I got a bucket called tears. It's for me, okay? I'm right here with you guys, the common man. So with that in mind, I have another 2. Brittany Sykes, more 26.5 fantasy score. This is probably the most volatile play that I could give you, but I'm going to go ahead and take more here. And then Courtney Williams, she's playing Washington. They're the best defensive team in the WNBA. Defensive team in the WNBA just sounds funny coming out of my mouth, but it's the truth here, so I have to mention it. So I'm going to go ahead and take less on Miss Courtney Williams, but buyer beware, seller beware. She can literally come out and torch you. She's like a Duncan Robinson and will literally shoot 3 threes. They all just splash, and your contest is chalk before you even get out of the first quarter. quarter. I've seen it happen many a time, so be careful. But I will take less here, even though Vegas is favoring the other side, which they're favoring more. Captain's going less. I'm going to go with the defensive narrative and hope that I get the bag. Last game, she had 12. Pretty sure that was a close game, but 10.5 is over her season average anyway. All right, so you can see here, she's played 2 games this season. She's averaging 8.5 points, field goals made, 3.5 field goal attempts, 9.5 field goals. She averages 36%. Again, this is only 2 games, guys. There's not enough data points to be able to give anything. Last season, she averaged 28 minutes per game, and she averaged 11 points per game, which is right at her line. She's going to need to get 11 points here to beat us. Add into the fact that Washington is a good defensive team, and I'm just going to take less here. It's just that simple. I will take less, and like I always tell you guys, if she sells, she sells. We don't cry, we crush, okay? Today's video, it's kind of light. I tried to keep it lighthearted because there's not much to cover here. It's just we have 2 WNBA games with not a lot of data points, but I'm committed to giving you guys some type of content that's worthwhile. If I put my coin on it, which I did put my coin on this, then I will pass the information on to you, all right? There's more in my Dub Club, which is completely optional. I'm not forcing you guys to do that. If you want to get in there, you can check the link tree. It's in my bio, or should I say the description. There's one more lady that I wanted to talk about, and that is Satau Sabali. I don't know how to say that correctly, but I'm going to show you this. The last 2 games she played, look, last season she was nowhere to be found. But then May 13th, crusher. May 20th, crusher. Whenever I see trending up like that, 34-47, I'm interested. 29.5 fantasy points, I'll take. So I'm not sure what's going on with this lady. She was drafted in 2020. I don't know if she had an injury or what, but she's only played 1 game so far this year in 2023. 1 game. She played 34 minutes. Look at last season. Her average was 21 minutes. Before that, 24 minutes. Before that, 28 minutes. So she played 34 minutes. She had 25 points. She shot the ball 13 times. She made 7. 53% field goal percentage. She was at the line a lot. Look at this. 9 free throw attempts. She got to the line. She got assists. She got rebounds, steals, blocks, and unfortunately turnovers. But guess what? I'm just going to go ahead and chuck those dice on Miss Satau. I know that I'm butchering that. I'm just going to throw her in there and hope that the trend goes the right way. That's a complete dice roll. There's no scientific research behind it. I'm not really keen on who she is. She's not one of the studs, therefore I didn't focus on her, but I'm going to throw it in there just because. If she hits, she hits. If she doesn't, she doesn't. It's fine with me. I'm not going heavy on this, and you shouldn't either. One last thing I'll talk about. Kalia Copper. She's a stud for her team. She's got pieces have moved around on her team, so she is the de facto stud right now, I would say. And she has a 31.5 fantasy score. Again, she's playing the best defensive team, the Washington. I would probably stay away here, but if you want to take less here, I could make an argument for less, but I'm probably going to fade it. Elena Deladon, she is a crusher, 36.5 fantasy points. I like that, but I also like her real points at 19.5. So I've covered everything WNBA wise. Tomorrow, I will cover the NBA game, Game 6, Miami versus Boston. Can Miami close it out, or are they going to go to Game 7 and make history and lose 3-0 lead? We will wait and see. We still have this free square here. I don't recommend using it yet. I will let you know when is best practice to use it, okay? Now, I have one MLB play from my boy, Bryce Morris Bros Sports. I'm sorry I butchered that, bro. I know you as Bryson Wyatt. That is your Twitter handle. That is your TikTok account. But we talk regularly, and this is a play. I asked him what he had today. He's an MLB wizard. He said more Taiwan Walker, more 5.5 hits allowed. I'm going to go ahead and get down with it. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and see if we can get it. If you want to tail. If you want to fade. It's up to you as always, but I will mention it here because I trust the kid and I'm going to put my coin on it. If I don't put my own coin on it, it never gets mentioned on the YouTube. It's that simple. Normally I'd be going over Underdog and Thrive Fantasy. There's not really much on those boards that I like that isn't already on PrizePicks. You can just mix and match whatever I took from there and apply it to Underdog. If you use promo code CRUSH on either one of those sites and message me on DM, you will get your gold package for free for 1 month, okay? The Discord/Dub Club is up and running, CaptainCrush.net. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is the end of the video. I appreciate you guys. Sorry today's video is kind of short and kind of lame. It is what it is. I had to get through this. I had to get it out quick. It is Flex Friday, and I wanted to have something for the boys. I don't believe that they came out with the correct NBA schedule. There should always be an NBA game on Friday, but it is what it is. We move on, and we will crush the NBA tomorrow. With that in mind, if you're new here and you want to check out my other content, go look back. You can see what I do. You can see my track record. Check it out. There's a couple other videos there describing Vegas odds on YouTube Shorts and other things. Use this summer, use this time in your downtime to improve your process. So by the time college football, NFL, and the NBA regular season comes back, you're ready. And in my Discord, that is what I'm preparing all these guys for. It's literally like a classroom, okay? Good luck tonight, and I will see you later. Let's crush.